Let's cut through the noise and get to the truth. We're told Donald Trump is a champion for the everyday, hardworking American. But beyond the slogans, his actual plans reveal something totally different: chaos. His plans for mass deportation are not only cruel, but they're actually detrimental to the very people he claims to defend. Take this: a South Dakota farmer, a huge Trump supporter, reveals something astonishing. Over half of his workers are undocumented, yet he still voted for Trump.
What percentage of your workers are not U.S. born?
Probably half.
About half?
Yeah.
How many hours does this go on?
It's 24 hours a day. You know, we could milk 8 hours a day, but it wouldn't be feasible or profitable for us to produce milk.
So you need workers like this year-round?
Yes, yes.
Governor Kristi Noem of South Dakota, her farm is just a few miles away. This farmer who voted for her, who voted for Trump, who still supports them, doesn't believe that they would round up immigrants and ask them for their immigration status, because it's an open secret that farms in this state are held up by undocumented workers.
So what happens if Trump's mass deportation plan becomes a reality? Well, this Trump-loving farmer acknowledges himself just how disastrous it would be for him and for you. He said, and I quote, "If they round them up within 2 days, we will not have food." But don't just take my word for it. Listen to him say it out of his own mouth.
Are you worried, like some of your other farmers, that if there were a mass roundup of undocumented migrants, that you might lose workers? You might not have enough workers.
Well, the question I asked, how are they going to do that? Within 2 days, we will not have food. There will not be food anywhere.
2 days?
Yes. That's why I predict nobody will be filling the shelves, nobody will be producing food. If we once have to shut down and be gone, it's never coming back.
Does Governor Noem understand that?
I would think so.
You have a lot of faith that they're not going to do what they're saying.
That's pretty much what I'm thinking. So we have to trust in our officials that are put in place.
Let's stop and actually think about that. Mass deportations wouldn't just harm immigrant families. No, they could potentially cripple our economy and jeopardize our food supply. But instead of actually talking about those harsh realities and thinking about what we might do about them, those like Senator Josh Hawley are amping up the divisive rhetoric and trying to divide this country further. Just last week, Senator Hawley said that undocumented immigrants are taking jobs and flooding the labor force. But a witness actually debunked that claim. Take a listen.
Right, 13 million people you want to dump into the labor force.
They are already
who will drive
in the labor force,
illegally.
Senator.
They're here,
yes.
taking jobs from American citizens. And so, perfect. So here's your plan. So just if you're wondering, America, here's the Democrats' plan. Take the 13 million plus illegals who are here, taking jobs from Americans, taking wages down, taking health care benefits, and bring them here legally so that they can continue to drive down wages, flood the labor force, and suppress
Senator
all of
Hawley,
the above.
they can't flood the labor force if they're already part of the labor force, which is
They
the
are
economic
flooding the
issue
labor
today.
force now. That's what's happening now. Why do
The
you think
majority
wages
have been here for...
They can't flood the labor force if they're already a part of it. Let me say that again. They can't flood the labor force if they're already a part of it. So simple. Yet Josh Hawley can't or won't understand or grasp that fact. Why? Because this isn't about solutions for him or them. It's about fear-mongering, scapegoating, and distraction. Then you have Trump's deportation czar, Tom Homan, who takes it a step further. He's now threatening to prosecute mayors who refuse to comply with their authoritarian agenda. So much for the GOP's love of states' rights.
Your deportation plan is going to start in a big way in Chicago. And you said the governor and the mayor can either help you or get out of the way. But you also said if he, meaning the mayor, if he impedes us, if he knowingly harbors or conceals an illegal alien, I will prosecute him. So you will not only go after the illegal migrants, You may go after some mayors who aren't helping.
If they step over that line, they can sit back and watch us, which, I find incredible. You don't want to take public safety threats out of your community and help us. But there are laws on the books that we will prosecute.
This isn't policy, it's punishment. And it's not about protecting America, it's about controlling it. And it's the same story every time. Divide and conquer, distract and deceive. But here's the truth they don't want you to hear. Immigrants are the backbone of industries that keep this country running. That is a fact. Farmers know it, business owners know it, and if MAGA Republicans succeed in their plans for mass deportations, it won't just be immigrant communities that suffer. No, it will be the country as a whole. America is better than this. It's time to reject the lies, reject the cruelty, and stand up for the values that America actually stands for, what we actually believe in, what makes us great, which are fairness, decency, unity, and tolerance. When they come for immigrant families, they're coming for the very fabric of this nation, and we won't let them win.